We're reimagining Gen 1, incorporating Pokemon and mechanics from across all 9 generations. And that includes reimagining the Gym Leaders. These Gym Leaders can be fought in almost any order, and they scale depending on what order you challenge them. Giovanni will remain the 8th and final Gym Leader, since he ties up the Team Rocket story. For part 7 of the series, we're heading to Cinnabar Island, home of the Pokemon Mansion and the Fossil Research Lab. A volcano sits west of the island, and it may wind up causing some catastrophic damage in the future, but we're not here to discuss that. We're here for Blaine. So what will Blaine's team look like? For the first badge, Blaine will be using either Growlithe or Vulpix depending on your version of the game, and his ace, Ponyta. Blaine has been known to use all 3 of these Pokemon in various games, but since Growlithe and Vulpix were version exclusives in the original Red and Blue games, I thought it would be a nice homage to have Blaine also have them as version exclusives. Ponyta and Rapidash are staples when it comes to Blaine's various teams, and that's no exception here either. Badge 2. If you choose to challenge Blaine for your second badge, he'll have a 3rd Pokemon added to his team, and if you grew up watching the original Pokemon Indigo League seasons, then you may have some nostalgia tied to it. Blaine's team for the second badge is Growlithe or Vulpix, Ponyta, and his ace, Magmar. I thought about giving Blaine Magby at first, but I felt that Magmar was just more fitting since it's Blaine. Badge 3. Blaine decided to take a vacation to Galar, and while visiting, he managed to catch a Pokemon that he absolutely fell in love with. For the 3rd badge, Blaine's team is now Growlithe or Vulpix, Ponyta, his ace Magmar, and the Rock-type Pokemon, Roly-Coly. Roly-Coly may seem out of place since it's a Rock-type and not a Fire-type, but considering its body is basically nothing but burning coals, Blaine decided it was right at home being a member of his party. Plus, it has the unique ability Steam Engine, which if hit by a fire attack or a water attack, its speed stat will raise 6 stages, maxing it out and making it extremely fast. Badge 4. Blaine still only has 4 Pokemon for the 4th badge, but he's now used a Firestone on one of his Pokemon. His team is now Ponyta, Magmar, Karkle, and either his ace Arcanine or his ace Ninetales, depending on your version of the game. Karkle is the evolution of Roly-Coly, and upon evolving it gains the fire typing, making its fire attack stronger now that it has same type attack bonus. As for Arcanine and Ninetales, what would a Blaine team really be without one of these Pokemon? Arcanine has the Intimidate ability, which is great for hindering your physical attackers, and it gets Thunderfang, which allows it to counter water-type Pokemon. Ninetales has the Drought ability, which sets up the sun upon switching into battle, thus powering up all Fire-type moves and weakening Water-type moves. Badge 5. The 5th badge is where the power level generally skyrockets, and for Blaine, this is no exception. His team is Arcanine or Ninetales, Karkle, Magmortar, and his ace, Rapidash. With access to coverage moves like Thunder Punch or Solar Beam, which doesn't need to charge when used in the sunlight, Magmortar can be a nightmare for opponents who thought they could win with their Lapras or their Rhyperior. Rapidash, on the other hand, has a speed stat of 105 and an attack stat of 100, and while there may be other Pokemon with more impressive stats, it's Rapidash's access to powerful physical attacks like Flare Blitz, Wild Charge, and Poison Jab that give this fiery unicorn its place on Blaine's team. Badge 6. If you were wondering whether or not Blaine only kept one Firestone on him, or if he hoarded a whole drawer full of them, wonder no more. His team for the 6th badge is Arcanine or Ninetales, Magmortar, the now fully evolved Colossal, his ace Rapidash, and the so fluffy I just want to hold it even if it leaves 3rd degree burns evolution, Flareon. Flareon has an impressive attack stat of 130, and with moves like Flare Blitz and Superpower, it'll have no problem putting those physical attacks to good use. Badge 7. For the 7th badge, Blaine is fired up with a full team of 6 incredibly hot Pokemon. Arcanine or Ninetales, Magmortar, Colossal, Flareon, his ace Rapidash, and Rotom Heat. Now I'm sure you were expecting Charizard, but I'm sorry to burst your bubble. While Magmortar and Rapidash get access to coverage moves that deal with Water-type Pokemon, Rotom Heat can actually take advantage of those moves since it's part Electric-type. And since its ability is Levitate, it also has no weakness to Ground-type Pokemon. Plus, it could probably bake some pretty delicious lava cookies, and who doesn't love a good cookie? Post Elite Four. Once you've defeated the Elite Four, you can return to Cinnabar Island and, visit the Pokemon Center, I guess. Look, it's a small island. You could also visit Blaine in his gym and, well, shoot! Blaine's not even in his gym! An assistant comes up to you and tells you that Blaine is high up on the volcano, and that if you wish to battle him, you're going to have to make your way up there. So, after you've made your way to the top of the volcano and you find Blaine, he congratulates you on your Elite Four victory. He sees the puzzled look in your eye as to why you're up here on the volcano, and he smiles and tells you that it'll all make sense once the battle starts. Blaine's post-Elite Four team will be Typhlosion, Arcanine or Ninetales, Magmortar, Rotom Heat, Rapidash, and his ace, Colossal. Typhlosion being the volcano Pokemon makes it perfect for Blaine's team, and with the move Eruption at Typhlosion's disposal, who could ask for a more perfect pairing? Remember when I said that Blaine visited the Galar region and returned with a roly-poly? Well, that's not all he returned with. As he lifts his sleeve on his lab coat, you notice a Dynamax band. Colossal can Gigantamax, and there's no better place to show it off than on the top of the volcano on Cinnabar Island. Using Gigantamax may not provide a boost in stats like attack or defense, but it does increase the Pokemon's HP, and in its Gigantamax form, Colossal gets access to the move G-Max Volcolith, which has a max attack power of 140, and after use, it continues to damage the opponent for 4 turns. Let me know in the comments what you think of Blaine's team, and if you've missed any episode of our Reimagining the Kanto Gym Leaders series, you can head to my channel and click on the Kanto Gym Leaders playlist to view the gym leaders you've missed. We've done Brock, Misty, Lieutenant Surge, Erica, Koga, and Sabrina, and I'll see you in the next episode where we finally look at Giovanni's team.